Hey folks, welcome once again to Carbon Garage, and for I think a second time coming to you from an actual garage. Today, just a very short video. I want to answer an interesting question. Can you, practically speaking, get DAB radio in a TVR? And it might seem like a kind of obvious question because, why would you not be able to? You can get aftermarket DAB head units, so what would be the challenge with getting one in a TVR? And it's an interesting question. It's one that I've pondered for a little bit of time. And the answer that I could never really find conclusively was whether or not the fiberglass body was going to cause a problem. Because with pretty much any DAB aerial that you can get aftermarket on a car, they almost always have some sort of earth point on them. So the ones that go on the body, obviously through the normal aerial hole that most cars have with an external aerial, they earth through that. And for the ones that sit at the side of the windscreen like you saw there, they generally have a metal strip on the side of them, which again goes against the painted metal body of a car. So I was never really able to get a conclusive answer on whether or not I would be able to actually get a DAB radio to work. So a couple of weeks ago, actually last weekend, decided that I've had enough of listening to the same Ocean Colour Scene CD for the last 4.5 years. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I've had the same CD in my car for about 4.5 years. And decided I would try a DAB radio. Not so much for the DAB part, although that was like a nice plus, but primarily so I could try and get Bluetooth working properly. Well, just working actually. And so I could stream music from my phone. So in the end, I ended up going for a Pioneer unit. I'll send details of that just at the bottom of the screen or whatever. And yeah, the good news is that it actually works really, really well. So although I've not done a huge amount of mileage with it in the car yet, I've driven about in the local area and there's no signal breakup at all. So yeah, DAB aerial and radio working perfectly well in the car. And like I say, the main thing for me wasn't so much the DAB, it was actually the Bluetooth side of it, and that's also just really, really awesome. It's really cool to have a car like this and still be able to use Siri to, play music from iTunes and whatever. So yes, there's basically no advantage that a modern car has over a TVR now, right? So yeah, as you can see, digital radio working well, doing everything that you would expect it to. It actually seems like a really nice head unit. One of the things that I really like about this one compared to most is that it's got a nice big volume control here and really easy to push forward and back buttons down here. For whatever reason on aftermarket radios, they just seem to try and make it as difficult as possible to actually use them. Like every OEM radio you get in a car, it's got a nice big control for volume and it's got really clear controls for track. These ones are maybe a little bit small. If I was the person designing this, I might have made it a little bit bigger. But I think crucially, they're big enough and they're far enough away from other buttons that could actually use it quite nicely with a pair of driving gloves on, which is a nice plus. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you and answer the question that actually, yes, you can get a perfectly functioning DAB radio in a TVR. I'll share details to all the kit that I put in the description below. And yeah, if you want to try fitting it yourself, really easy to do. Obviously, no guarantee that every TVR is going to be the same, but at least in this one, the connections behind the dash were all ISO, so it was just a case of inserting the radio removal keys, taking the old radio out, sticking the new one in, simple as that, connecting it up. And the nice design of the dashboard and the TVR as well means it's quite easy to run wires in quite a concealed way. And there's reasonably good access sort of underneath the dash as well, so you can feed the wires no problem at all. I'll share a little bit of video here just to sort of show how I routed them for both the aerial on the left hand side and the Bluetooth speaker mic thingy on the other side. So yeah, hope this video was at least a little bit interesting. Just wanted to share what you could do. And if you did enjoy it, then please click like and please subscribe for more similar content. And hopefully over the next few weeks we'll get a few other similar snippet videos going out as well. Cheers guys, have a good night or day, whatever it is, night time here. And yeah, speak to you again soon. Yeah, I actually very nearly forgot to say, I can pretty much guarantee that one of the responses to this video will be, watching a radio on a TVR for it comes with its own soundtrack and all this sort of stuff. And well, yeah, I would absolutely agree, the car sounds phenomenal and you'll never really tire of the noise it makes. At the same time, there are times when journeys are not so interesting, when you're on motorways or even just cruising on the A road, where you want to hear something a bit different. Plus, if like me, you sometimes go out with friends, they've got BMWs and Porsches and stuff, you spend a lot of time waiting for them. You go out for a drive, you end up miles ahead because that's inevitably what happens because you're in a proper sports car and they're not. So you have to park up, wait for them to catch up. You can be there 5, 10, 15 minutes sometimes waiting for them to catch up. So, you've got to have something to do. You don't want to sit there with the engine on because you're getting like no miles per gallon. Bad for the environment, got to help like the world be better and stuff. So you turn the radio on. So, that's why you want a radio and a TVR. It's not an unreasonable thing. So please don't tell me that I'm wrong.